The upcoming elections in Turkey are crucial for the future of the country's political system. The elections will determine whether Turkey will continue with the presidential system that gives Erdogan sweeping powers, or revert to a parliamentary system that his opposition favors. The presidential system was introduced in 2017 after a referendum that narrowly approved the change. It abolished the post of prime minister and made the president the head of state and government. The president can appoint ministers, issue decrees, and dissolve parliament. The supporters of this system argue that it provides stability and efficiency, while the critics say that it undermines democracy and checks and balances. The parliamentary system was the previous form of government in Turkey, where the prime minister was the head of government and the president was a largely ceremonial figure. The parliament had more power and influence over legislation and oversight. The opposition parties want to restore this system and limit the president's authority. They claim that this system is more democratic and representative, while the proponents of the presidential system say that it is prone to instability and deadlock. The elections will be a tight race between Erdogan and his main challenger, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, the leader of the Secular Republican People's Party, CHP. Polls show that neither candidate is likely to win more than 50% of the votes in the first round, which means that a runoff will be held on May 28. The outcome of the runoff will depend on how the supporters of other candidates will vote in the second round. The elections will also decide the composition of the 600-member parliament, which is elected by proportional representation. To enter parliament, a party needs to get 7% of the vote, or be part of an alliance that does. Erdogan's AK party, AKP, has formed an alliance with the nationalist MHP, while Kılıçdaroğlu's CHP has joined forces with the liberal İYİ party and other smaller parties. The pro-Kurdish HDP is running alone and hopes to surpass the 7% threshold. The parliamentary majority will be crucial for either candidate to implement their vision for Turkey's political system. If Erdogan wins the presidency but loses the parliamentary majority, he may face resistance from the opposition parties to his policies and decrees. If Kılıçdaroğlu wins the presidency but does not have enough support in parliament, he may struggle to amend the constitution and revert to a parliamentary system. The elections are therefore a pivotal moment for Turkey's democracy and its role in the region and the world. The voters will have to choose between two different models of governance and their implications for Turkey's future. The elections are taking place amid economic turmoil, social unrest, and international pressure on Turkey over its human rights record and foreign policy. Turkey is facing a deep economic crisis, with inflation soaring above 20%, unemployment rising to 14%, and the Turkish lira losing more than 40% of its value against the US dollar since 2018. Many Turks are struggling to afford basic goods and services, and have lost confidence in President Erdogan's management of the economy. Turkey is also experiencing social unrest, with protests erupting over issues such as women's rights, environmental protection, academic freedom, and media censorship. Erdogan has cracked down on dissent, jailing thousands of his critics, including journalists, activists, academics, and opposition politicians. He has also tightened his grip on the judiciary, the military, and the bureaucracy, undermining the checks and balances of Turkey's democracy. Turkey's human rights record and foreign policy have also drawn criticism from the international community. Turkey has been accused of violating the rights of ethnic minorities, such as Kurds and Armenians, and of suppressing religious freedom for non-Muslims. Turkey has also been involved in conflicts and tensions with several countries in its region, such as Syria, Iraq, Iran, Greece, Cyprus, and Armenia. Turkey's relations with its NATO allies have also deteriorated over issues such as Turkey's purchase of Russian S-400 missiles, its intervention in Libya and Nagorno-Karabakh, and its stance on the Uyghur Muslims in China. These challenges have eroded Erdogan's popularity and legitimacy, and have given rise to a strong opposition coalition led by Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, the leader of the Secular Republican People's Party, CHP. Kılıçdaroğlu has promised to restore democracy, human rights, and the rule of law in Turkey, and to revive the economy with a new social contract. He has also pledged to improve Turkey's relations with its neighbors and allies, and to adopt a more constructive role in regional and global affairs. The outcome of these elections will have a profound impact on Turkey's future direction and stability, as well as on its role in the world. Will Erdoğan manage to secure another term in office, or will Kılıçdaroğlu succeed in ending his two-decade rule? Will Turkey continue on its authoritarian path, or will it embrace a new era of democratic reform? Will Turkey remain isolated and confrontational, or will it become more cooperative and integrated? These are some of the questions that will be answered by the Turkish voters on May 14th.